If you've ever posted educational videos on YouTube and you felt like you were doing everything right, but nothing in your business changed, this video is for you. What usually happens is this. You film a video, you post it, it gets a few views, maybe even a few comments. Then you wake up the next day and you're back to running your business, and YouTube feels like a side hobby that keeps asking you to do more work. The next problem is you aren't sure what to do next, so every video feels like starting the painful process from zero again. That's the problem that I want to help you fix today. If you're a business owner, SaaS company, personal brand, entrepreneur, etc. Because it's my belief that most businesses do not fail on YouTube because of this scenario that I just painted for you. They fail because they do not have a system behind their content. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through a simple, repeatable system that we use within our media company in order to produce high quality educational YouTube videos that actually bring leads. You need a system so that you're not relying on motivation or random bursts of creativity. Most business YouTube channels struggle to post consistently because they only post when they feel inspired. And then when the videos flop, which most of the ones that you post in the beginning will, that's when they begin to second guess whether, they should even be spending time creating content. And this is where most business owners will just quit and then use the excuse that they just got really busy, so they don't have time to post. This is actually easily solved by hiring a YouTube host for your channel, but that's for a different video. The point is, most business owners know the power of the compound effect, but they just can't seem to get enough videos out consistently to allow this compounding effect to apply for their YouTube channel. If you think about it, all it takes is just one really good educational YouTube video to bring in hundreds of leads every single month for years. But you're only gonna start to see your content really take off once you develop a system. So here's the system that we use to manage 50 plus different YouTube channels in a bunch of different niches. Step one, we choose the right problems to solve. Step two, we treat filming like a process, not an event. We build the team and the structure around that team so that we're not stuck in the day-to-day of content. And yeah, once you start building a real media machine, the layer that most people ignore is the last step, getting a team and system set up behind the scenes. It's very hard, if not impossible, to scale a content machine to 50 plus YouTube channels if there is no leadership team, no clear roles and responsibilities, no weekly accountability, and no documentation. So let's dive into each of these steps. Step one, choosing the right videos to make. Most people have no process when it comes to figuring out what videos to even make in the first place. What we do is we start with what's called outliers. This means that we look at what has already worked in the past, and then we build a repeatable content system around those winners. To find your outliers, you can do this three different ways. First is you can use an online platform like One of 10, which we will link down below. This is basically a platform where you can find outliers in any niche. These are videos that have pulled way more views than the average baseline. So for example, if there's a channel out there that is getting 1,000 views per video, and then they make a video that gets 100,000 views, that would be considered an outlier. It doesn't have to be related to your niche. You can always take inspiration from other niches as long as it's a solid outlier. You can always change up a few things to make it related to your business. The second method is by posting a bunch of different videos in your niche. And then after posting about 30 to 40 videos, you can look back and see which ones have performed the best. The third method is by looking at online forums to see what questions people are asking and also what problems people are talking about online that have a ton of engagement. So platforms like Reddit or Quora. The next thing you have to do is figure out why these videos did well or why these forum posts have a lot of engagement. You need to ask yourself questions like, was it the problem that you solved? Was it the video format that you did? Was it the title, the thumbnail, the promise that you made in the first 60 seconds? Was it the structure of the video, the niche timing? It could be anything. From here, once you know what works, you can build a repeatable series from it. So if one video worked, there are usually 10 more that you can make that follow that same pattern. Of course, there are other ways that you can also figure out what content to make. Things like taking information from your sales calls when you're talking to prospects or potential customers, or just looking deeper into your client success journey if you're already an established business owner with customers. The last thing I want to say about finding outliers is you want to make sure that it's connecting to something that you can actually sell. An outlier that you find online might be interesting, but obviously if it's not directly related to you monetizing off of it or selling something from your business to them as customers so that you can give them value, chances are it's probably not the best use of your resources, your time, your team's time, etc. I've seen this a couple times where people will have a YouTube channel where they sell a certain product or service and they go and make a video that's based off of an outlier and it does well. But the problem is that the video doesn't actually sell anything. So it just gets views and it doesn't actually convert, which is also fine if that's your goal too. Sometimes we recommend a mix. Depending on your business, you could benefit from making videos that just get attention. We've done this on some of our channels. So, the videos that get attention, that can lead your viewers to other videos that can ultimately sell them later down the line. Now, the next thing is filming. Filming needs to be a process, not an event. So if you're new to YouTube, filming probably feels like a big thing on your, Google Calendar. And so naturally people will avoid it, especially if they're not comfortable in front of a camera. So to fix that, we want to turn filming into a process, right? A system, so that repeating it is as easy as possible. Now, if you know the 80-20 rule, the 20% here that's going to give you 80% of the returns is two things. First is simplifying your setup, and the second is just batch filming. So here's what a practical approach looks like. Let's say one day a week, maybe even every 2 weeks, you film multiple videos in one sitting. That means you have one very simple setup where it's very easy to press record and you film all your videos back to back. For us, we all do this in our company. Our CEO does this when he films for his channels. I do this for this channel and my YouTube channel. Our YouTube hosts do this across our 50+ different YouTube channels. This is a great system because it makes filming predictable. And as a result, it makes everything else smoother because then you can actually start tracking KPIs, bottlenecks, and you're creating a system that your leadership team can use to better manage your editors, thumbnail designers, script writers, etc. Okay, step 3, building the team and the structure so that you're not stuck in the day-to-day. This is the most important step that turns YouTube from a repeating task on your calendar into an actual automated machine for you. It's also the step that takes the longest. So for us, it's taken us the last, I want to say 4 or 5 years in order to build a team of 40+ people to help manage and run all of these YouTube channels. If you're a business owner and you don't build a team, that means that just the whole thing breaks if everything depends on you. So this is something that I can't recommend enough if you're an entrepreneur, business owner, SaaS company, whatever, and you're looking to build a YouTube channel that's an asset for you. So if you're just starting out with building a team, the first thing you need is clear roles and responsibilities. This means you start off with one person who owns the content calendar, for example. So they would do things like strategy behind the title and managing the thumbnail editor. Then you'd have one person who owns scripting. Maybe they focus on the packaging of the video too. One person who owns editing. One person who owns thumbnails. You need small little departments here and there. And then second, you need to build an operating cadence. So for operations, we have, weekly calls where we come up with a plan. We have a monthly scoreboard, a CEO dashboard in order to keep track of all of our KPIs. And third, you need accountability and leadership. So you need someone or maybe a group of leaders to own the standard, own any deadlines, and also help with the documentation, the SOPs, so that the team is one, not just guessing when they're doing their work, but also so that new team members can learn and train through these SOPs. That's just like surface level. There are so many other things that go into building and scaling a media team. That can be a whole video in and of itself. So if you're interested in that, leave a comment down below on maybe what specific stuff you'd want to know, or maybe what problems that you're running into when it comes to, building and scaling a team. Okay, so now I want to take you guys through a live example of one of our channels and walk you guys through what it looks like from start to finish for one of our videos. So here we are on ClickUp, and you guys can see this is our content calendar for this channel right here that you're watching. So we have a bunch of video ideas and we have a bunch that are in filming, and then we have a bunch that are in post-production, ready to published, and we also have a status for scripting in progress, script in review. So basically, this is where we keep track of all of our video ideas, and then we have these columns right here where we can keep track of who is filming these videos, who's the editor, who's the thumbnail designer. We could set post dates, like due dates, and we can track a bunch of other things. So typically, what we'll do is we'll have our project manager go into the content calendar for for the channel and come up with a bunch of ideas every single month. So they would populate the content counter with a bunch of ideas, add it onto here, and then they would delegate it to our YouTube host. So our YouTube host would then go and script the video, they would film it, and then the channel manager would then delegate it to the editors and the thumbnail designers once they're done bulk filming, and then have them submit the drafts. They would review the drafts, give any comments if necessary, and then also track the thumbnails. The cool thing about ClickUp is, just like any other project management platform, like if I click into this video right here, I can see the script, I can see the description, the thumbnails that we have. It's all attached on here. We share it with our team members so they can go in and just paste in any of the documents and PDFs, Photoshop files, and everything that they need to. And yeah, once the editor is done editing the video and the thumbnail is created, then the channel manager just creates the description. They change it to ready to publish. They will draft it on the channel. The last step would just be reviewing everything, making sure everything is good, and then pressing publish. So yeah, that's really it. I hope you got some value from this video. If you get anything from this video, please understand that educational YouTube really works well for businesses when you have structure and you have systems built around the content. I see too many business owners trying to chase viral views, relying on motivation in order to post. You need to stop doing that. You need to build a system, because that is how YouTube becomes an actual asset for your business instead of just another task on your calendar. So if you're an established business owner who is serious about getting a YouTube channel built and managed for you, and maybe after watching this video, you do not want to go through all of this and guess your way through it and do all the hard work to get to where we're at, then you can go ahead and apply to work with us by using the link down below. Our service isn't cheap by any means, but it is going to be cheaper compared to if you were to do all of this yourself. We do basically done for you YouTube channel management for businesses that want this handled pretty much end to end, start to finish. We do everything from strategy, planning, scripting, editing, thumbnail. We'll post it for you, optimize your whole channel, analytics, A/B testing, the whole thing. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. And if enough business owners are struggling with the same problems, then we can definitely make a video to address it and help you guys out. That's all for now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and looking forward to seeing your application.